Hey kindergarten, welcome to today's Bible study. I'm so excited to read this story to you. It is about a man named Saul who later becomes Paul. And this story is awesome because Saul was a not so nice man and God changed his heart, and Saul becomes a man who teaches people about Jesus and God, and it's just really awesome how God changed his life for the better. So this story is in the Bible. It's from Acts chapter 9, verse 1, and chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. Okay, so this is Saul becomes Paul, a new man. Okay, so here we go. It was a terrible time for Christians. Jesus' followers were being imprisoned and killed by those who wanted to stop Jesus' fame from spreading. A man named Saul was one of the most feared enemies of Christians. He took the lead in tracking Christians down and arresting them. Follow these events in the life of Saul to see how God changed his heart. So in Jerusalem, Saul threatens followers of Jesus, saying he will kill them. Saul gets permission to go to the city of Damascus and arrest Christians there too. On the way to Damascus, a bright light flashes around Saul and he hears a voice. Saul falls to the ground and the voice asks, "Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Saul asks, "Who are you?" The voice answers, "I am Jesus, the one you are persecuting. Now go into the city. You'll meet someone there who will tell you what to do next." Saul gets up, but suddenly realizes he is blind. The people traveling with him lead him to Damascus. For 3 days, Saul can't see, and he doesn't eat or drink. God speaks to a follower of Jesus named Ananias. Ananias, who lives in Damascus. Go to Straight Street, find the house of Judas, and ask for Saul. Saul had been told in a dream that you will come and lay your hands on him so that he can see again. Ananias is afraid because he's heard of Saul arresting Christians. But God says, "I've got an important job for Saul. He's going to tell many people about me." Ananias obeys God and finds Saul. Saul suddenly can see again. Okay, so I'll show you these pictures. So this is Saul when the bright light in Jesus comes to Saul and says, "What are you doing? Why are you persecuting my people? Why are you arresting them and hurting them?" So that's Saul. And then after this, Saul becomes blind, and he tells them, Jesus says, go to Damascus and you'll find out what to do from there. So then God tells this Ananias that he needs to find Saul and put his hands on him to heal his eyes so that he isn't blind anymore, okay? Because God says, it's okay. Like, don't be afraid of Saul. I know that he's a scary man, but I've got an important job for him. So I need you to go and help him so that he can see again. So Saul believes in Jesus and is baptized as a Christian, even though just a short time ago, he was the enemy of Christians. Saul begins to preach in Damascus, saying, "Jesus is the Son of God." People know Saul's heart is changed. People in Damascus who don't believe in Jesus decided to kill Saul because of his message about Jesus. So Christians help Saul escape by putting him in a basket and lowering it through an opening in the city wall. Saul goes back to Jerusalem and tries to join other Christians, but they're afraid of him. Barnabas helps others believe that God has changed Saul's heart. So Saul begins preaching about Jesus all around Jerusalem. Barnabas and Saul, who was also called Paul, so Saul's name is changed to Paul, they traveled to other cities and countries, telling people everywhere about Jesus. Okay, so Saul, before meeting Jesus, he was a not so nice man. He was arresting followers of Jesus, and he was even hurting them and killing them. And so Saul, everyone was pretty afraid of him. And then, so on his way to Damascus, which is, where he's going to arrest all of these Christians, the followers of Jesus, Jesus comes to him in a bright light and says, why are you persecuting me? Why are you doing this? And so after this encounter with Jesus, he becomes blind, so he can't see. And Jesus tells him, go to Damascus and someone will meet you there. So that's when they meet, and Ananias, heals his eyes, and he becomes, he can see again. So after that encounter, Saul decides, I do believe in Jesus, and I'm going to tell everyone about him, and I'm going to tell everyone that he is the Son of God, and just how amazing he is. So when Saul first hated Christians, he put all of his time and energy into hurting them and killing them and arresting them, and he was really committed to what he believed in. But after he encountered Jesus, God changed his heart. So he changed his ways. And Saul gave then all of his time and energy into telling people about Jesus. So he was now committed to God. So can you think of a way that you can give your time and energy to God? So my way that I give my time and energy to God, I go to church every Sunday. I like to worship and listen to worship music. I do my Bible study. I read the Bible and just learn about him. I pray about him. So yeah, I would love to hear some of your ideas of how you give all of your time and energy to God. So that is it for me, kindergarten. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon.